Yo, a lot of people don't make it in business because they don't understand this little quadrant. I'm gonna get right to it, man. And if you learn this, if you can understand this and keep this embedded in your mind, you be able to propel and even come out the struggle in business, man. This four little quadrant, which is ancient. I'm Storm Madison with Storm Mad TV. Do all them social things like share, subscribe, tell a friend, whatever, man. I ain't gonna beg you to do it. You already here. So when we talk about business, man, um, I've failed in multiple businesses. We had businesses closed, we had businesses open, and I've also been able to become successful in business. I've always looked at it like taking my shot. But what I realized is when I was coming up, what school and what the world had taught me was to become an E, which was to become an employee. That's what the world had taught me. It had taught me to go to school, get an education, and then get a good job. And see, that good job was then going to pay me $1 per hour. So if I was making $25 an hour, I was good. Because when I go to that job, if I do astronomical, they pay me $25 an hour. If I barely, you know what I'm saying? If I slack and I'm giving them a half-ass performance, man, I still get $25 an hour until they figure me out or I figure them out and I decide to piece on them or they decide to piece on me. You know, that's an employee. You know what I'm saying? It's like we really in this game like, bruh, who gon' you know what I'm saying? Who gonna let go first? You know, we playing tug of war. I'm giving you a little bit, you give me a little bit, and then eventually somebody say, you know what, man, I'm getting up out of here. And a lot of times what happens is, as an employee, a lot of persons say, you know what, man, I want to do my own thing. I'm gonna become self-employed, right? I'm gonna become self-employed. So maybe you know how to paint, you can cut hair, you're a beautician on the side, you good with crafts, you create shirts. Um, you're self-employed. You know, you are the job. As a self-employed person, you are the job. So there's nobody as much putting a thumb on you saying, hey, you know, you only got 2 weeks of vacation. You take all the vacation you want, but when you're doing it, you realize you ain't gonna get paid. So a self-employed person, a lot of times they feel like when they wake up every day unemployed. They got to go get it. Um, Now they can make money, but it's only so much time in the day, and it's only them because it's self. You know, they say over 80% of small businesses are businesses with 10 employees or less. And a lot of, even under that, most people are just self employed, like independent contractors, or they're solely them, a sole proprietor, right? Um, a lot of times, a self employed person says, you know what, man, hopefully they get pushed to this, is what I'm saying. Hopefully they get pushed to becoming a big business or just a business owner, right? Hopefully they get pushed, you know, uh, by definition, if you're looking at the SBA, you know, big business is really business under over 300 employees. That's what they consider a big business. So maybe you never get that big, but you got 10 plus employees, you're already doing a lot more than what the average business is doing. You become a business owner, hopefully you've created so much business to where now you have to expand and use a system to create leverage. So a business owner typically has a system that creates leverage. And that system allows the business owner to go out there and hopefully create either more businesses or more opportunities to make income. See, as a business owner, you got you, but then you got a lot of people around you. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people around you as a business owner, so it's not just you. And hopefully, if it's structured properly, if the margin is right, then you're able to keep a percentage of the business that's being done. And then oftentimes, a business owner says, you know what, man, listen, I've created enough income. I want to become an I. You know, I want to become an investor. And an investor is a person who typically solely just has their money working for money. Because what that person has understood is through life, we went through life like this. The investor went through life. The normal person, I should say, went through life like this. I know that's a crazy looking person, right? So that person has money, and they take their money and they give it to a bank, right? And that bank says, you know what? I'm gonna give you a return. I'm gonna give you 1% if we good. That's a lot, right? They gonna give you money. You put the money in, they give you 1% back. But then I'm gonna take your money. They're gonna put it into the world, and they're gonna get a bigger return. Excuse me. They're gonna get a bigger return out of the world, and then give you a smaller return. So what the investor has realized is I'm gonna invest into a place, maybe into a business or a stock, a mutual fund, that's gonna give me a larger percentage than the bank. And now I'm gonna be able to live off of my money. And depending on how I want to do this thing, I can be passive or I can be active. Maybe you're an active investor, so maybe you're more so engaged in the business, or maybe you're not as engaged. You're more passive. You just put the money up, you trust the plan, you trust the vision, and you're getting your percentage back. You're cool with that. So just understand there's nothing wrong with being an employee. There's nothing wrong with being self-employed. There's nothing wrong with being a business owner. There's nothing wrong with being an investor. Under each situation, just realize there's levels to it, and if you want the freedom, the most important thing is going to be how you create the system. Is it a McDonald's? Can you come in and can somebody pretty much buy your system? Can you teach it to a sixth grader? Can you teach it? Chick-fil-A got 14 to 15-year-olds taking your order. I mean, all the way through the line of Chick-fil-A, it's 15, 16-year-olds. So that system is it's so simple. They're keeping it stupid simple. They always say, what, KISS? KISS, right? Keep it stupid simple. So it's that KISS is so simple that, man, a 16-year-old can run it. A 12-year-old can run it. So how do you get your system that way? That we have an opportunity with Fund My Biz, and listen, man, I really, most of it is just a phone call. Most the awareness that you get from going to an attorney or going to a doctor, man, listen, you know a lot. You know about inflammation, and most people know diabetes. Most people know high blood pressure, that you ain't supposed to eat a bunch of salt and cholesterol. But the thing is, when you go see a doctor, that's all that he studies. Mostly, that's his area of expertise, and you literally pay to talk. You pay to get prescribed something, to become aware of something, how to take it, what not to do, and you pay money. Now, whether it's through insurance or you pay out of pocket, you pay money to that person just like you do for a legal representation. So when it comes to your business, as what I said earlier in the video, why not take advantage of somebody who's set up multiple LLCs, went through multiple businesses, help people get multiple funding, um, seen money come through businesses, ran certain advertisement, experience with Facebook marketing, experience with client attraction, and how to build it. Why not take it from somebody who understands that, and literally through a phone call can usually dissect at fundmybiz.online. What I'm saying is we can usually dissect what's going on in your business, and at the end of the day, man, what's your offer? What's your offer? That's at the end of the day, that's the question. What are you offering? What are you offering? And then how often? So how often are you offering it? So if I ask you, say, man, you tell me I'm in the consulting business. Man, what's your offer? What do you do? Give me what? Offer it to me. I know I might not be the right prospect, but if I was, offer it to me. So if you have an offer, then you got to go through that offer and see, okay, how could we better display this offer? And if it's already tight, maybe you're just not offering enough. A person is saying something simple as, "Hey man, check out my CD, check out my CD, check out my mixtape, check out this, check out my music, check out." That's their offer, and they doing it every day. So it has no option but to compound. Maybe you don't have the real estate that a McDonald's can be, so everybody can see your arches every day. Maybe you don't have that, so you got to tune your offer, and then you got to prospect and find out who is your best buyer. I'm gonna tell you right now, most businesses that we've been with, what I realized is women are some of the best buyers. That's what I built my brand around is women, because a lot of times they don't have problems buying into what you're doing. Man, you just need to find out, is it kids, is it women? So that's what I call talks about, man. We're not trying to give you a whole bunch of fluff. What we're trying to do is, man, we want to see if we can help you find funding. You know what I mean? Help you find funding, maybe a low interest loan if you need it. But really, we want to talk to you about, man, listen, what do you do? What's your offer? How can we help with your offer, get in front of more people? And then we can break down, just like we would do in real estate, you know, how many offers it's going to take, what's the percentage, because it ain't nothing but numbers. I always say it's math, bro. It ain't magic. Once you realize that, you become successful. Man, again, I appreciate y'all. I ain't going to beg you, man, but do all on social things, like, share, subscribe. Show somebody, man, I'm a real dude, average day dude with problems and issues and family and all that stuff, man. I'm blessed to be here. And I know you blessed to be here if you watching, man. I appreciate y'all watching Stormy Mac TV, man. Keep it 100.